Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Jamie Dodger Flips. My name is James, I'm a full-time eBay reseller, so this means I go to car boots, charity shops, Facebook, anywhere I can get pre-owned items, sometimes brand new items, and I buy them cheap and sell them for a profit on eBay. It's Monday morning right now, we've got 18 orders going out over the weekend. I did a video like this last week and got a very good response from it, so I thought why not do it again. I keep all my items in the garage, all on racks, all in their own boxes and stuff. So I've picked everything already, but I'll go over now exactly what's sold. And as you saw in the thumbnail, we've got some retro gaming bits. We also have a ton of shoes going out as always, and just some other random bits and bobs. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll get into the orders. Start with these two pairs of shoes here, which I managed to get from Bold Finds on the little shoe deal we did. So I'm actually making some very good money from that deal so far. As you saw in the previous video, I did actually share some other shoes that had sold from his bundle of shoes I got from him. I think each pair probably owes me about £2 or something like that. He was just getting rid of them, happy to get them gone, and I picked them up at a good price. These Nike Revolutions have sold for £15 plus postage. And then we have these Nike Airs, which have sold for £30 plus postage. So very happy with these ones. There is a bit of damage on the little air bubble there. It hasn't popped or anything. These in good clean condition would probably usually reach around £45, maybe £40. But yeah, £30 for these ones. So once again, James, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And the next pair, bit of a fail pick up this one. I paid £10 at the car boot. I picked them up because they're Grafters, which is a bit of a well-known brand, but they look very similar to Dr. Martens, so I just thought they might be similar in price, but I was a bit wrong. I accepted an offer of £20 for these ones, so after fees and everything, I might make like a £5 profit. That's £20 plus postage. They are brand new, so again, I just thought at the car boot, it was very early in the morning. I'll give them a chance at £10, and hopefully, because of the condition they're in, there will be a bit more profit in it, but unfortunately not, and these things happen. But I'm happy to get my money back and reinvest it into new stock. And next up we have these feelers. These are Disruptor 2s. They have the original price tag on the box of £80. I paid £15 at the car boot for these ones. So seeing that original price tag, I thought there might be at least like £45, £50 on eBay. But unfortunately, for some random reason, they're not reaching that sort of price. So I accepted an offer of £33 in the end of these because they've been sat around for about 3 or 4 months and weren't really budging or getting much interest. They are literally brand new. They've got the original little things inside the shoes, all the tags on it and everything. Not my style shoe, but some people like them. And next up we have 2 pairs of cycling shoes. These are actually both very similar. They've both been sat on the shop for about 6 months, so quite a long time. But I don't usually pay more than £5 for cycling shoes at the car boot. So we've got the Shimano ones here. Again, really nice clean condition. You can see the sole there, there's no cracks or heavy damage. These are sold for £24 plus postage. By the way, usually I'm getting this price from people sending offers. I probably listed these for around £30 and then someone sends a £24 offer. If it's been on for longer than like 2 or 3 months, I'll probably just accept it, whatever it is, as long as it's not like something stupid like a £5. And then we have these Specialized, which are actually a carbon sole, a little bit more heavily worn, and they don't have the attachments, the little cleat attachments as well. But yeah, they've sold for £25 plus postage. Do look out for cycling shoes. There's always some good money to be made in them, as long as they're in good condition. These are just the Velcro straps. You can get the ones where it's like a sort of twist function and it kind of like pulls the whole shoe in quite tight, so just make sure that is functioning all okay at the car boot before you purchase it. Next up we've got these Nike Flex Contact. These are the Oreo colourway. They do seem to sell very well, so seeing these at the car boot for just £3, I picked them up straight away. Unfortunately, they're a bit of an older model, so not too much money in them. They sold for £16.50 plus postage, so not too bad. And next up, we have these Nike Cortez. I've sold quite a few of these. Nike Cortez is quite an original sort of Nike style. I think you get the red and white ones I've sold loads of times, which are the ones Forrest Gump wears in the film. These are quite an unusual design. I think it's Steve Harrington is what they're called. So it's quite a unique design. I picked them up for about £4, I believe, at the car boot about 2 months ago. They haven't sold for massive money. I think I had them up for about 40 originally, and then kept lowering it a little bit. But someone sent me an offer of £28, so I took that. £4 into 28 plus postage. Again, not too bad. Another brand not to pass up on are Hotters. Do be careful of the soles, because the soles can disintegrate quite easily. So just do the sort of bend test before you buy them. Make sure there's nothing cracking on the seams. These have sold for £26 plus postage. I paid £1.50 in the charity shop for these ones. I don't think there's any tags on the outside, but on the inside it's got Gore-Tex lining. Gore-Tex is the waterproof technology some shoes use, and it's kind of the best name out there for waterproofing your shoes. So yeah, do look out for it. Do look out for Hotters. Do look out for Gore-Tex on different brands, because if a product has Gore-Tex, it's usually worth a lot more money. Another pair of shoes. These are Carrymore boots. They are really nice on the uppers and the soles, almost like brand new. But unfortunately, they had been sat in the box for so long that the tongue had started like falling apart. So I mentioned that in the description, and obviously the buyer's happy with it. They've only gone for £15, unfortunately. In the shops, these would probably sell for about 50 quid new. They're waterproof. They've got the old Vibram soles, however you pronounce that. I did pay a tenner for them, so I've kind of lost out on this sale. £10 into 15. I've probably broken even after all the fees and everything like that. And finally, my favourite pair of shoes sale from the weekend. I paid £3 for these Timberland boat shoes. Very nice condition. As you can see, the soles hardly worn down at all. Obviously, it's the right season, nice and sunny outside. These have sold for £35 plus postage. I think I originally had these up for £40. Someone sent a £35 offer, so taking £5 off the item is what I usually expect. I'm always happy to do £5 off the items. And the next sale, this little Polly Pocket vintage Bluebird house. I only paid 50p for this one. It's got no figures or anything. It's missing the battery compartment. There is a bit of battery corrosion as well, but I've sold it spares repair, and just in case some collector wants it just to sit on a shelf or something like that, I've managed to sell it for £9.99 spares repair. So 50p into £10, and funnily enough, another 50p into £10 sale. This is, I think it's vintage or maybe just early 2000s. It's a brand new sealed motorbike from Lego Technic. I got this on a jumble trail about 2 months ago, just around the local area. They had a load of stuff on the table for 50p. Found this little boxed Lego set. It took a while to sell, but I think it's gone for £9.99 plus postage, so happy with that one as well. A few months ago at the car boot, I picked up a PS1 bundle with like 2 controllers, maybe a game or something like that. Unfortunately, the console didn't work properly, so I've managed to sell that for £10 with, I think, £4 postage. Bit of an unusual one, but I've sold these quite a few times. This is a pasta maker by Imperia. This is sold for £18 plus postage. I think I had it up for £25 originally, and it sat around for quite a while. Someone sent an £18 offer. Straight away snapped it up. I think it owes me about 3 quid from the car boot. I wouldn't usually pay more than £3 or £4 for these. There are certain brands to look out for, like KitchenAid. Obviously, the brand name of KitchenAid adds an extra sort of £50 to £100 to the sale. Do look out for them. This one, in good clean condition, you're looking at least 20 quid. And we've then got these Nerf guns. These are rival ones which shoot the sort of ball bullets. I think that one owes me 2 quid, and that one I got in a bundle. Actually no, that one owes me 5 quid in my recent car boot video. I thought because they're just rival, I'll bundle them up together because there's not too much money individually. Maybe £10 in that one, I don't know, £10 to £12 in that one. So I bundled them up, and I've managed to get £27 for these two together, plus postage. They take up quite a lot of space, so I'm glad to get them gone. And as you would have seen in the thumbnail, the classic Nintendo 64 with the remote. I've managed to get £18.99 for the controller. One thing to look out for is the joystick. Make sure it's nice and stiff. As you can see, this one is. A lot of the time because of the heavy use and how old they are, these can go really loose, and it's just a little selling point. If you mention it in the title and the description that it's got a really stiff sort of joystick, people really want that, so you're more likely to make a good sale out of it. And the console itself, £25 plus postage I got for this one. It's got the jumble pack in there, I think it's called, not the red one, which sells for like 40 quid alone. I think you can usually get about £5 to £10 for that jumble pack. I just thought I'd bundle it with the console. I have actually sold this one already, but the buyer returned it because he didn't realise it was a PAL console, even though I mentioned it in the description. For some weird reason, he thought it was the NTSC, whatever it is, the American version rather than the European. So yeah, that has sold. Hopefully it sticks this time. I paid £25 for a huge bundle of Nintendo 64 bits. As you have seen in previous videos, and I've mentioned it before, I'm way into profit now because I've sold both the Mario Karts from that bundle for, I think, £22 each. And yeah, the console itself has sold for £25. The remote, as you just saw, has sold for £18.99. Also, the power cable has sold for £25, which is crazy money for just a little power block cable. And there's a few more games to sell as well, so we're well into profit, looking at least over £100 profit on that whole bundle. Alright guys, that is everything. Just a little sales update once again. Last week was quite tough. I got a negative. I had, I think, 2 returns. One of them was my fault. One of the pairs of shoes someone brought, they were actually brand new, but they had been kept in the box for so long. I did check them out, but after he'd worn them, the sole started cracking and stuff like that. So it does happen on shoes. They dry out quite easily if they're just left alone. I didn't even bother getting him to return the item. I just refunded him because he provided photos, and I actually compared his photos to my ones on my listing. And if you look closely on my listing, you can actually see the sort of cracks in the soles. He was fine with it. It's just one of those things. So I was about £30 out of pocket there, just refunding him. And then the negative was for a pair of shoes again. Actually, the exact same thing happened, but I don't really believe this buyer because it was about 2.5 months after he's bought them. He said that he's been on one little walk with them and they started falling apart. He didn't provide any photos. There were a load of spelling mistakes in his message. He just left a negative feedback. And because it's like a product review rather than something that is out of my control, eBay won't remove it. So just one of those things. So that's stuck on the account for a year and just got to deal with it. I'm hoping that people will see the sort of 400 I've got positive feedbacks in the past year, I think it is, compared to the one negative, and they'll still buy my products without having to worry about things. Oh, and one more issue was I've had a problem with click and collect. I did actually turn off click and collect up to about a year ago, and then I thought, oh, I'll try it again, see what happens, see how good it is. For some weird reason, they had received the item and then just decided to return to sender. But somewhere along the way, it's marked as delivered, so on eBay I'm kind of covered, but somewhere along the way it's been returned to me, got lost on its journey. I haven't received anything back, the buyer hasn't received anything. eBay don't really know what to do. All they've said to me is get the buyer to open an item not received case, and I guess I'll go from there. It's an £80 sale, so it's quite a lot of money. Hopefully the buyer's not out of pocket. Hopefully eBay will do... I've had it before where this has happened and eBay have actually refunded the buyer and then let me keep the money as well, so they've took the hit. Or hopefully click and collect actually sort out what's going on and I receive the order back and then I can maybe send it to his home address or something like that. I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comments below if you've had anything similar, and yeah, I'd like to know everyone else's experience with click and collect. I'm quite tempted to turn it off again because it's getting very annoying. Every month or so I have at least 2 or 3 sort of issues with it, whether it's like the buyer not collecting it or them just randomly returning it back to me, no fault of mine. So yeah, let me know. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon next to it just to be notified when I release a video. I try and release a car boot video every week if I can get to one. The weather's not really been on my side recently. It's been quite cloudy and rainy, so hopefully when this video's out I would have just released one as well, so hopefully. Anyway, thanks so much guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.